Welcome to the Real Nigga Podcast. That's right. We back at it again, Dag. What's been a amazing 2 days off, you know what I'm saying? For XTV West, as y'all know, we be hard at work. But we got two days off, and during these 2 days off, we doing what we love to do. Work on shit we like. And let me just, be the first to say that the projects that we got going on are coming out very well. You know what I'm saying? From, of course, major releases such as the Killer Cosby Show, and then Can His Family Live Without Drama. Is we getting ready to start on that shit, and shit the little brief little things we doing, the planet is coming out very great. We got a whole lot of good stuff coming, and hopefully these things are released during the duration of 2017. Spring, a whole lot of us that's been working on shit, we looking in spring to hopefully start releasing different things that we've been working on all year, and within the past years as well. But on to the Real Nigga Podcast. Oh, well, now, hold up. Gotta shout out to my nigga Romy, man. He got the number one recording of the year. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. All these different recordings that kind of came this year. It started with that Killer shit. Killer did that, his story on Inside the Act, the studio. And this one we was at Keisha's, you know what I'm saying? And shit from there, it just started little by little when Justin came out with the podcast and let people tell their stories, and now this new life into XTV. You know, I got a cramp. But on to tonight's podcast, we have a guest. She came here in '06. You know what I'm saying, and dominated. She came during a real transitional time in TXG, and she held it down, and she left for a little bit, but then came right back, and it was like she never left and destroyed competition. We have a live, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Intense in this bitch. Intense teeth. Intense teeth. Spit all over my phone. It's all good though. So Miss Intense, I mean, shit. What can I say? I mean, what accolades am I missing? It's no real accolades you're missing at the moment. But if you don't mind, can you cut on the eighth? Bitch, kind of hit the man and shit. All right, hold on. Well, it's no real accolades you're missing in the 90s. I came in here in 2005, actually, those late '05, and like you said, it was a real transitional times. A Miss Intense, you say promises. Continue that. But anyways, so I came in here. But hold on, one more thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. You say, player please. That's it. That's all I want. Want me to kick you in your nuts? Nah, I'm straight. But anyways, so I came in '06. It was the real transitional times. They were just trying to find that new things. That little rookie that will stick by. Then they tried different people, such as Boy Wonders and Bruce. And I was just one of them things that they just were at Creator Raptor, Super Duper, that is. Because I think we only had a few amount of people at the time. We had just got '06. It was a new game. And they were trying to figure out new faces and new ideas. And I was just kind of scrapped from a random ideas, because we already had Dixie. And that's the thing, we already had Dixie. So it's like, how am I going to work? Like, I'm, not really goth, but I kind of got this mistress look, amongst myself. And me and Dixie were very similar as far as looks. So A lot of people didn't think I would work, especially after the disastrous reception of destruction. Yeah, and that's something that, XTV West Coast are very surprised about. As if you've been listening to these podcasts long enough, excuse me, that was Destruction was a person that was just destined to work. He was very successful in the WWE, and with his different feuds with '80s guy Undertaker. We can go on forever. Brock Lesnar, which was crazy as fuck, but he didn't work in XTV, and I think what somebody made mention to this year is that the reason he probably didn't work is because we already had somebody like him. We had Charles Dean, you know what I'm saying? And Destruction just was kind of scrapped, and so I mean, how did you feel about that? Were you ever a fan of the WWE? I mean, like, what's your background like? Well, one question at a time. Damn, sorry, Dak. But you know, my background was pretty much entertainment. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just always was kind of a feminist. You know what I mean? And I'd never just liked the she's the female, she can't survive in the male world. You know what I'm saying? And my mom used to do little things. My 16th birthday, she's giving me tiaras and stuff like that, and all these different things. And I hated that. Yeah, I hated the whole girly thing. Not that I ever, what I'm saying, was a female that liked to be, like male. Like I was more of a tomboy though. You know, like I knew I was a female. I knew I had a clit. But at the end of the day, I didn't like that people would look at me and be like, "Oh, she's just a girl. Take it easy on her." I tried out actually for my school's football team. Oh, really? Tell us about this. Well, the coach, you got to understand, I have strong feminist belief. Like my feminist isn't men suck dicks and, they can, go to hell and kill all men. Like, that's not my thought process. It's that, you know, we should be equal. You know what I mean? So with my strong belief, I remember just going to the football team. The coach was just like, "You're a girl. You can't be in the football field." And their big player at the time on their team with this guy named Big Jits. Big Jit. Yeah, his name was Big Jits. He was this black guy that everybody liked, and he was big as hell. You know what I mean? But he was only like 14, you know what I'm saying? Freshman. But, he was the top guy in the school, you know what I'm saying? So, shit. I tackled the fuck out of him. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere. Because just the way the coach talked to me, and I did it so hard, with no thought. It's like, you think I'm just a girl? You think I'm just going to get hurt? And I did it so hard. The coach was surprised. You know what I mean? And so, this is going to be very bizarre, 90. Oh, yeah. It's all right, man. It's already bizarre, man. You keep on having that damn list go in and out. It's already bizarre. Can continue. But anyways, so the coach was so impressed by me attacking Big Jet like that, and he said, "Look, you are almost like a man, but I understand you're a girl." Then he said, they're gonna try to like make me look like a man. What the fuck? That's right, and he just kind of shit went against the rules and dress me like a dude. It's like a movie, you know what I'm saying? It's like some shit like that. And yeah, they cut my hair, and like I continued to train, and I got bigger and bigger. And for a female at that time, like I was pretty big, and the teachers and stuff didn't notice. You know what I'm saying? But nah, Dag, nah. This the real nigga podcast. Hold on. This is too much like a movie, man. Now, now look, Miss Intense. Okay, you mean to tell me that you played for the football team? Yes. Like, how didn't nobody know that it was you? I mean, like, did you fake a name? Well, it was that, you know what I mean, and it was the fact that it was a whole bunch of stuff, you know what I'm saying. It was actually a sorry ass kid within that football team who they did something where they put my name as his, and what's wrong? Hold on. The kid that was originally who I replaced on the football team. This is going to sound real unbelievable, but it's truth. You know, he was so sorry, and he wind up being a cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? A mere cheerleader. This is just crazy, Dad. And I replaced him, but we both traded names, and we both traded characters, but the school didn't know. You know what I'm saying? They thought I was him, and I bulked up, and they thought he was me. So he was Miss Intent, and I was him. You know what I mean? Do you remember that nigga name? Nah. You know what I mean? I used to forget that it was my name sometimes. It used to be like whatever my name was, and I'd be like, just ignoring their ass. This is already bizarre. I mean, but fuck it. You was on the football team. How well did you do? Great. But as tough as I was, shit, came somebody even tougher. You know what I'm saying? And I got knocked out. I got knocked into a coma actually. You know, which position did you play? I forgot to ask you. I played center. Sorry. And anyways, I mean not center, but the other thing, that one. Everything was going so well, with the team. We were winning, so much where even if they did think I was a female, they were just like, you know, I'm not going to even pay no mind because we were number one in our district. You know what I'm saying? And I was the number one player. You know, so being at the top was great. With a school, and eventually, like I said, I got knocked into a coma, and I just felt really good. But there was this guy, Big Jit actually. He wind up going to another school, and he bulked up like no other. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck they were feeding his ass, but he was big, and he came back for revenge. And did you just hiss at me, Dag? No, I forgot my list. But anyway, so he bulked up and he's playing on the other teams, and I'm running and running, and because I'm almost at the touchdown, and shit, I just see big. That's the last image I remember. Is something big, and from there, they said I was in a coma for 6 days, and I woke up, and I don't really have a lot of recollection of the event. I just remember a football in my hand, my purple and gray uniform, and running and big. You know what I'm saying? And when I woke up, he said that Big Jit tackled me and stumped my head. You know what I'm saying? He beat the shit out of me. And he, eventually he got arrested and expelled from the school. But they said he came back for revenge and he beat the shit out of me. You know what I mean? They said he elbowed me some kind of way, and I guess that's when I got knocked unconscious. But I don't really even remember an elbow. I don't remember being punched. I don't remember shit about that. And that's also the time when I got this sometimes lift that I have on your podcast. Crazy shit, Dad. Crazy shit. I mean, did that affect anything else? The coach was so upset about the situation where, because they found out, when I'm in the hospital that I was a female, and I was playing for the football, and everything just started to come to life. Because even my parents didn't know that I was playing football. You know what I mean? The coach, he, like I said, he was doing something pretty crooked when you really break it down. But it's because he believed in my strength, and he just started to, like, he signed the papers himself, or he got his parents to sign the papers that, yes, this is a dude and he can play football. He got his parents to sign that for me. You know what I'm saying? And all the different stuff going in, like, he worked all this out. But when he seen, how bad I got injured, he wanted to take me off the team. But before he could do that, everybody found out I'm really, Elizabeth Bruckenheims. And shit, they just he got fired, from the schools. And I think he plays with a little league team now. You know what I mean? And I got, I think I got expelled as well for some reason. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was a mess. You know what I'm saying? But what that did is from that point, people looked up to me. You know what I mean? For a long time, like from the school, the athletes, they would, try to get pointed for me. And I'm at a totally different school. You know what I mean? And I would still get people, what I'm saying, just coming up to me at the time and just be like, oh man, you used to play really good. And, I felt like if I could have that much influence, you know what I mean, as an athlete, doing something like I did that for at least 2 years, and that second year is when that happened. That's some, that's some bizarre shit, that you playing a damn you been a man for 2 years, and then you get this is bizarre. I can't even get my thoughts straight, Dad. My notes is just I'm throwing these shits away, man. This is too interesting. But anyway, Miss Intense. So like where was it from there? Just really trying to find my niche. You know what I'm saying? It was my mom, and always trying to get me to be this girly type of person. Then she was so upset about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And she was trying to just treat me like I was this princess, but I never felt like that. And why didn't you feel like a princess? I mean, why didn't you go to the female route? Like what about you made you feel like, not that you was a man, but as you said, you was this tomboy. What made you feel the sense of dominance in you? I mean, was that always there? I just I don't know, man. I just looked at the world different. You know what I'm saying? It probably started when I was in kindergarten. The teacher was like, pink is a girl color, you know what I mean? And they were just kind of talking about sensitivity, you know what I'm saying, amongst females. Because I think two of the students got in a fight, a boy and a girl. And, they was like, you're a boy, you can't hit on a girl like that. And, I'm asking questions like, why can't he hit her like that? Like she started with him. You know what I mean? Then, I'm getting kicked out the class, but I'm just wondering, even as I'm outside, like, why is that wrong? You know what I mean? And it wasn't until later, of course, I learned about domestic abuse and, all these other different things. But, it started with that thought. It's like, oh, it's like, why can't, a woman be what a man can be? You know what I'm saying? And, shit, I just always tried to, man myself, even though I was a woman. You ever diked out? Excuse me? Nothing. But anyway, going into it, you did you remain an athlete? Did you remain competitive in other sports? I did baseball, you know what I mean, with a local team at a church actually, and We were pretty good, but it still wasn't like the rush I got from football. It was nothing like that. You know what I mean? And I mean, it just had this. It was just this big missing piece, and for a while, I truly wanted that to be what I did. And I used to watch drill videos and all these other different things, and try to just train to be this athlete, the first female football player on a male dominated football team. You know what I mean? It was just my dream. It was what I imagined. And I trained myself for it. You know what I'm saying? And in the middle of doing this for a long time, just like trying to be this, intense female that dudes like came I came across a page, you know what I'm saying? My little brother was nasty as hell, and he was looking at porn. And I bust in his room, you know what I'm saying? Because I hear my phone ringing, you know what I mean? And he has the door locked, and I'm like, why do you have my phone? Give me my phone. Because, he used to always fuck with me like that. But he had his phone in my room for the longest. I just woke up. So I'm bamming on his door, give me my phone. And I finally bust it open with my strength. And he happens to be watching porn, and I see this woman, dominating this man, doing, I guess, BDSM. And from there, I'm like, whoa, 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 what are you watching? And he's like, I'm watching a video, man. It's private, it's personal. It's what I want a girl to do to me. And from there, I said, I know what I want to do. I want to beat men. Word. Word. So, I mean, did you get into bondage? Immediately. I loved it. And, I started doing little local films. You know what I mean? They were kind of, hold on. They were kind of, not really known. They were filmed with fucking potato camera cause you can't really tell what's happening. But the fact that you're gonna jack your dick type shit. And it was that type of stuff. And it was little dialogue, and I got to beat the shit out of men. And it just something about it felt so satisfying. And this is different from me doing football, but it's what I did. And in the meantime I would work out. But at the same time, I was trying to do that, and I got into a bit of a depression as well because it just felt like this same old state. You know what I mean? It's like I'm always trying to be this super female, you know what I mean? But at the same time, nothing's working out, and my life is just this existing thing, and it was tough. It was real tough, and I was tired of shit just going on. Every time I try to find female, I will go to Craigslist and type in females looking for, to be on a football team, and people would laugh at me, and insult me like, "Oh, just show your tits," and it would piss me off so much. But one time I seen an ad. It's like, XTV's looking for new athletes, and I watch XTV, TXG at the time, and I see people like Yosi, I see Dixie, and I see all these women fighting men. Though at the time it would be like Yosi versus, I don't know, fucking Yosi and damn Dance Man, somebody I don't know on their reckoning, and I'm like, whoa, these females are fighting men, and they're being paid for it and being appreciated for it. So me seeing that, I just signed my name to the list and hoped that I would get heard back. And I got heard back from real fast, and I was chosen. So you came out late '06. This is the same time Shadow, Yaki, Foxy Hot, all of them are great athletes. All of them come out, and what do you think set you apart from all of these different people? Because as we said, Destruction was somebody that was supposed to work but didn't, because we had Charles Dean. What do you think set you apart to the audience at the time? Possibly my lift and my look. You know, I was very beautiful. You know, and but at the same time I kicked ass. You know, so it was almost a turn on, but it's just the way I kick your ass is just so like it ain't a turn on because you keep doing it too hard. You know what I mean? And I think that's what set me apart. You know, I used to just really whoop ass. 90. I tell you, I remember picking people up and just throwing them over the top ropes and really injuring people really bad. And a lot of people didn't like fighting me because they said I was very stiff. Even some men, you know. And I'm going to actually, you know, reveal that Moonsault Kid is not as tough as you think he is. I remember fighting him one time, and you know, I kicked him dead in the nuts, and you know, he's like, "She's not fair. She's not fair." And he's turning red and purple and all these different colors, talking something. She's not fair. And let me be honest. That shit ain't fair. You kick a nigga in his damn nuts. You know what I'm saying? Well, he was kicking me all over the place in the teeth and all this shit. You know what I mean? You act like a baby cause I kick you in the nuts. It's a sensitive spot for a man, dag. Alright? That's some weak shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand that you feel intense. You feel like you this dominant motherfucker, but you will never, ever know what it's like to have nuts and to get kicked in the nuts by a female with a strong ass foot. You know what I mean? I guess, you know, you guess. That's your way of saying fuck that shit, nigga. I kicked him in the nuts. He shouldn't have cried. Fuck that shit, Dak. Don't kick a nigga in the nuts. It's wrong. You wanna get kicked in your nuts? Nah. Just saying it's wrong. But anyway, moving on. You was very successful. I think you held down the women's champion multiple times, but it just seemed like you wasn't, you know, really clicking at first. You were amongst the names, but you know, what do you think held you from being a bigger name, such as the women you named, Yosie, Dixie, Foxy? What do you think held you back? How intense I was. You know what I mean? It was too intense for people. That's why I was Miss Intensity. You know what I mean? Lucky he used to always go intensity. You know, because I was intense and I didn't play any games. You know, I wasn't afraid of nobody's. And it was scary. You know what I'm saying? Even Sandra one time, Anthony and Antonio's moms, you know, they were out there. Super Duper was at Creator Wrestler making me because I think we lost the game so many times. So we had to remake me, and Soup put me in the thong and everything. And Sandra was just, I think I was fighting Dixie in an exhibition match, and she was just looking at me like, oh, what is wrong with my son? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in a thong, but I'm so dominating that it's just like, you can't stop watching me. And I think she watched a good majority of my match on '06. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what I had. It was just so intense where you were looking at me, but then it was just like, this is too crazy. It's too bizarre. Yeah, Dad, because I mean, your matches would just be intense, like you said. Like I can't remember a match where you just completely got squashed, you know. And how did the women react to you? I mean, were you too stiff in the ring amongst competition? I mean, you mentioned Moonsault getting kicked in his nuts. I still think it's wrong. And was anybody else like that with you? Well, Dixie, you know, she just didn't care. Like she was this anti everything type of person. People know who Dixie is and what she was like. Like she didn't care about shit. She was, you know, suicidal at times, and she just was dangerous. You know what I'm saying? If she died and killed you, as long as she killed you, that's all that matters. You know, and dealing with a reckless person like that, our styles meshed like it met, like you know what I mean. Cause me, I don't give a fuck. Women, men, I can beat you all. And so, shit, we used to fight and we used to put on the best matches. As far as people like Foxy, I just felt like she was just this dancing, you know, little bit. Oh shit. I did. Like, you know, nothing was entertaining about you. Like, all you do is just dance around the ring. You know what I mean? Go be some type of dancer. I felt at the time, though, 90s and '06, a lot of the athletes that were there should have been doing something to expand the XTV brands. You know, it could have been a dance show with Foxy. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't have been in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Think of a classic Foxy match. Outside of the times Ada squashed her ass. Oh, shit, Dad. This is exclusive shit, man. You know, you never know the type of drama that's going to happen on these podcasts. It's not even drama. It's just the truth, you know. As far as Josie, you know, she's another good athlete. But Foxy, B-Boy, and all the people that were doing other things besides being an athlete should have been doing something to extend the XTV brand. You know, a dance show with B-Boy would be nice or whatever. But, you know, they weren't. They were just there. You know, I don't think it's too fair to say some shit like that because, you know, you talking about expanding the XTV brand. You was missing Intense. And, you know, even though you was a great athlete, you was in some damn bondage. You know, you could have expanded the XTV brand by shit, doing a damn porn. You know, where you was in bondage, roping up a nigga some shit. I don't know. But at the same time, my athletic ability was shows. You know, I would whoop motherfuckers' asses. And you say Foxy ain't got no classics. Man, nigga, you ain't got no classics under your damn belt. Hey, I'ma defend for her. Excuse me. You heard me, Dad. You ain't got no damn classics under your belt. I mean, what we truly remember about you and what's remarkable is your dominance and how, you know, you were reckless and you didn't care. But what's the match that stand out with you? You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know, even if Foxy did get squashed, you know, not that she did, not to my recollection, her and Ada had classics, you know what I'm saying, that we watched to date. And it's like matches that can go either way. You know, as a matter of fact, we was watching with XTV East Coast, one of their damn matches, one of many. And, you know, like I think somebody said at the end, it was like, damn, I thought Ada won this match, but Foxy won. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that. Because it's like some matches just, okay, she going to win. Damn, she didn't win, but she was this close to winning. You know, they got a brilliant feud. But I said outside of that feud, you know, what else is she remembered for? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? She's just a dancer. She's a talented dancer that can have a classic match with one person. You know what I mean? She's a one-trick pony. Crazy shit, Dag. But what do you have is what I'm saying. What do you have? Intensity. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You making that dark ass look at me, though. Shit. Feminist. So you did a lot, you know, in your career. I don't even know what to say. I don't like that you diss Foxy. I'm just being honest, 90. Throughout my career, being here, I had a lot of great matches, but I was held back because of how intense I was. You know, I would love to fight Charles Dean. I would love to fight him and see, you know, what can he do to me? You know, you wanna fuck him. You what he can do to me, he can whoop your ass. That's what he can do. No, I'm just saying, like, you know, I always wanted to get in there with competitors bigger and better than me, you know, but I always was just held down. It was just like if, you know, we played '06 and I picked Miss Intent, you know, like their instant reaction would the pick a light heavyweight. It was almost like squash matches for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I didn't like. And I was with XTV for a while, you know, but then I left for a good time. And I wasn't really a part of the era of the athletes. Like I didn't come back to 2010. That is true. You did take a pretty lengthy break, and you would say because they wasn't challenging you at all. You know, it's like Miss Intense though. They'll pick Elton Blower, and this is when it first kind of started, the '06 shit. And you know, or it's like I pick Miss Intense and they'll pick Foxy again. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I'm gonna squash, and you know maybe sometimes she did, you know, go over or whatever. But when you really break it down, you know, I didn't have nobody that matched my style. You know what I'm saying? And I just always stayed complacent. I liked fighting Dixie, but it's like, is that all for me? You know, and I'm an athlete with a lot of range. And, a lot of people didn't meet my standard when it came to me getting in there. And I felt held back as a talent. And I felt I was wasting my talent by fighting some of the same old cast of characters because it was good this time. You ain't got to spit on the phone. But anyway, so you left, and how long would you say you was gone, Miss Intense? I'll say from late '07 all the way to maybe late '09. Is when I came back, and it was a big surprise, and it was welcoming. You know what I mean? People was like, I forgot all about Miss Intense, and I knew it because like when you get a character that's really good, and you continue to have that character fight the same people or do the same things, it's like that character is always going to shine because that character is intense. And I was intense, and I was always, knocking it out the park, if you will. But when you really think about it, it's like I'm not being challenged enough. So the audience is going to see me, and they're going to see that I'm dominant, but then they're going to move on to the next thing, you know. And so I'm being kept held down to this standard. So people are going to forget about me. If I would have fought Charles Dean and went the distance in a 60-minute or 30-minute Ironman match, if we were allowed to have that, I would be remembered when I came back. You know what I'm saying? So of course I wasn't remembered, but I was like, oh, I forgot about you. You're back. And when I came back, I wanted nothing more but to show even more intensity. And you had a bit of a controversial comeback, what some would say, because you injured damn Melina, you injured Naomi, I think one time. You injured a lot of motherfuckers. Uh, what was up with this shit? I wanted people to know I didn't play. You know, this time I'm coming back really full force, and I was gonna destroy as I, on my path, and that's when I seen Batula Dean, who, was like me. Charles Dean's sister, and how did y'all meet? She was just coming in, you know what I mean? And shit, out of nowhere, I got her into bondage because when she first came, she actually first came in '05, and she was like, I'm Batula Dings. And Bobby used to die out laugh at that for some reason. We still don't know why. Bobby used to go, like, he used to laugh hard. But she came back in 2010, and we just meshed, you know what I mean? And we teamed up, and shit, we went on a rampage, and we were fighting little small people like Melina, me picking her up, throwing her over the top rope onto the steps, onto the outside of the ring, fucking her up really bad. And, me breaking Naomi's ribs. It was work for us, you know what I mean? And what was Batula Dean like? It's the same way, the same story, you know what I mean? It was no different with me and her. And we met our match, though, I will say. They were saying that, Yosi and Ada are probably the only team at the time that could face us, and beat us. But something happened where at XTV Mania that year where Yosi was unable to compete because I think she was sick. And shit, that was a big disaster to the fans because that was the big main match people were looking forward to that didn't happen because Yosi got sick at the last minute at the night of the pay-per-view, and people were like really disappointed, but I think the match eventually happened again, probably at Survival of the Fittest, you know, and we met our match with them, you know what I mean, because we were dominant for this long, they were dominated for this long, and we finally meet, and I think they did go over, they did win, and that was the end to me of Miss Intense and Batula Dean. Why would you say that? I mean, you dominating all these years, somebody finally shut you the fuck up. I mean, is that it? Yeah, kind of. You know what I mean? Because we felt so discriminating, but they just were some females that was like, they were all over the place. You know, what I didn't have in quickness, Ada had, Yosi had. You know what I'm saying? I could catch Foxy easily, but I couldn't catch Yosi. I couldn't catch Ada. You know what I'm saying? Batula Dean, you know, she's big, so she can only, you know, do what she can do. And so together we were just discombobulated because we never fought no athlete like that. But that just made us say, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want another match with them. I can't. We felt we couldn't do it, and we broke up and broke apart, and I left XTV after that. And I was in a serious depression, and I was on a bunch of different drugs. Really? Yes, I was getting fucked up. You know what I mean? Popping pills, years and years of wear and tear on the body, fuck somebody up, and you know, I all the training I did for football, and you know, I did baseball, and all the different things I did over the years finally started to catch up to me, and you know, I was getting sick and shit. Oxycodone, you know, that shit brings the pain away. You know what I'm saying? Some weed smokes make you forget some of the bad memories you got, and just doing a whole bunch of different things, and it was an overdose on oxycodone in 2012 that kind of made me shake my life around. You know what I mean? It was just something I did because I just was tired. You know, like XTV went in a totally new direction, and there was no mention of Miss Intent. There was no mention of Batula Dean because I wasn't there, and you know, I thought that our last run would make at least a slight impact, but you know, it did and it didn't at the same time. You know, I kind of feel unsung in a way because when you think of all the dominant females, you forget names such as myself, such as Batula Dean, but you remember Foxy, even though, you know what I mean, she couldn't put on a classic match for shit. You know, me and Batula Dean was. But I feel like Foxy had character though, Dad. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that's one thing that makes Foxy special is how, you know, unique it is for, like, it's easy to just be an athlete. I'm an athlete. I'm good at being an athlete. I'ma stay good at being an athlete. You know what I mean? After a while it get boring. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I lift weights. I take pictures with children. It's like, no, nigga, have some color to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing Foxy got. She like, I'm dancing. I'm dancing with a fan. I'm taking a picture with a fan. I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? She doing a whole bunch of different things to how could you say, enhance her character. I'm probably saying the shit wrong. I'm still a nigga. Fuck y'all. But she doing different things to, you know, better her character. And she ain't staying complacent. With all due respect to you, Mr. Intense, I don't want my nuts being kicked. I'm holding them right now. But it's like you never really developed yourself. You know what I'm saying? You always stayed the same. You know, like people gonna get tired of I'm good just cause I'm good, and they gonna want to see something else. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's black and white almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like, or yeah, black and white films. It's like I don't care how good people keep telling me that one movie from the black and white days. What that shit called? It's like one of the greatest films ever. What the fuck is that shit called? I don't know what it's called, but it's like a legendary film. Everybody always tell me, "Oh, you gotta go watch that shit, man. It's a great movie." It's too old, dag. Damn. You know what I'm saying? People tell me to watch Charlie Chaplin movies and all this. Too old, man. I feel like reading this shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas hate to read. What? Nothing. But anyway, like that's what Foxy had. She had character, nigga, and you ain't had no character, so people stopped liking you after a while. But my matches was so much. I mean, the stuff I did, you know. What? Well, okay. If it was you, what match would you say makes you stand out from Foxy? Dixie matches. You know what I mean? Yosi. Excuse me. That just like went on for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like they could be up there with Bobby and Killer or whoever. You know, I felt I was held back extremely. So, and then when I came back, I kind of still felt I was held back because on 2010, you couldn't fight dudes. You couldn't fight men on 2010. So it was like, you know, I felt I had to step it up a whole lot more by injuring people. You know what I'm saying? By showing them, no, I really need to be here. And, I did what I did to Melina, Naomi, and them. And then Yosi and Ada came and knocked us out of the picture and made people forget. And, it was a depression, you know what I'm saying? Then, you saying that, though, you got a point. But I just still feel like, every time I fought Foxy back then, like I would win. It was like nothing. Like she never really beat me. You know what I mean? It's not ego. It's not something I'm just saying. I'm just saying she's sorry and overrated. This is exclusive shit. This huge. This huge. But so you fell off. In 2012, you say you got on drugs, OD'd. Um, where are you now with it? I mean, are you sober? Nah, nah. Oh, nah. I still be smoking weed. Oh, well, you sober. Anyway, what do you see? Do you see a future in XTV? Definitely. I hope we do get the game back, and hopefully I can do other things. Yeah, I just want to get the game back because I do see myself being here again and dominating and showing people, because now that I've put that energy out there, now that people see that I said I can kill Foxy like it's nothing. Like, people don't remember our matches, but that's because I beat her so fast. I would fight her at XTV Manias and beat her in, I don't even know, less than 5 minutes. You know what I mean? We can fight in 10 minutes and I would beat her in less than that time. She's nothing. What? I mean, what's the beef? Because what a lot of people gonna probably say is like this shit kind of come out of nowhere. It's no beef, 90. It's just you're the best in what you do. You tell it like it is, and that's it. And you do what you do. You know what I mean? You have a very colorful personality. Then when somebody comes along that doesn't do nothing special, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing is special about Foxy. When that type of person comes and you've been doing this for years, training and all that, and she comes out of nowhere, you're like, she's not special. I can beat her in a second. And that's truly all it is just seeing somebody saying they suck and I'm going to beat her ass. If she accepts, it's whoa. Well, that's insane, man. But thank you, Miss Intense, for this exclusive shoot interview on 90%'s podcast. It was great. It was great being here with you. Yeah, man, you still making that look at me. But Miss Intense, I mean, how's your love life? Like, do you have any kids and you plan on getting kids? Why are you looking at me like that? What's wrong with you? Damn, you want to fuck me? I'm good, Dak. 90. I'm a weird person. I see that. Look, if I'm gonna marry a guy, he got to let me be dominant. So you want to fuck a nigga in the ass, don't you, Miss Intense? Yes. I want to wear the pants and he wears the skirt. As bizarre as it sounds, that's who I am as a person. You know what I mean? I like men, but I like men to be my women, even though I'm a woman. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all make out whatever y'all want to make out about it. Looks like we got a call. Is this Trunks? Yeah, 90. I called here just to say white people. Alright then. Well, that was 90%'s podcast, the real nigga podcast. Don't forget to stop and smell the gun smoke and be brave today. See ya.